Right, good morning everyone, welcome back to the GD and Son channel. I hope everyone's having a great day. So you've joined me today. I'm going to go out and do a little bit of scrapping. I have been coming out scrapping the last sort of couple of days, doing little bits and pieces. Scrap seems to be non-existent. I have not found anything in a while. A few little bits here and there, but nothing to really shout home about. So yeah, we're just going to have to see what's about today. Plan is to get down to the scrapyard for tomorrow to do a little drop off. Basically, I've got some scrap metal in the garage that I need to get rid of, i.e. a little bit of copper, brass and some wire. The plan is to get all that sorted for tomorrow, run down the metal along with any mixed iron I've got, just for one big, it won't be a big payday, but it saved me going down there today and dropping off, you know, 60-70 quid's worth of mixed iron, then going back there today only for copper and brass. I may as well just, you know, do it all in the same time. So yeah, just quickly, I want to say a big thank you to one of my subscribers. The name is TJ the Cat Lady. I did wake up a couple of days ago and find that you'd left me a nice generous PayPal donation, so I just want to say a massive thank you to you. You didn't have to do that, it's much appreciated. We will be putting it towards a few baby bits that we need, so thank you very much. Also a little update on them two Honda mowers I picked up. I chucked them in my garage. As I say, I tested them and they're both working, which is absolutely great. I pulled over a gardener yesterday who was doing a bit of work over the road from my house. Showed him the mowers and said, look, you know, would you be interested in these? He said, how much do you want for them? I said, you know, ideally I want 140 for the pair, but you know, for a quick sale, 100 quid for the pair of them, done deal. So I haven't actually sold them yet. I was waiting for a confirmation from my friend to see whether he wanted to buy them first, because I did give him first refusal. He's now said no, so I've messaged the guy and basically said, look, if you still want them, they're yours, go ahead with them whenever you want. So just waiting for a reply for them. Whether or not I'll drop them off today or the weekend or something, we shall see. But anyway, without further ado, let's get scrapping. A few scrappy bits of a boiler here. Nice bit of weight to this one. So I've got another boiler to strip down now, which is nice. That's number 3. Got to get all them done tonight though, because obviously I want to take it all in tomorrow. So get all the copper and brass off that I possibly can. So I've already got a half decent amount of brass to take in, but yeah, topping the bucket up a little bit more would never hurt. So anyway, let's carry on. Good find. Right, so we've got ourselves a washing machine. Try and have a little bit of an organise. Keep it tidy. Okay, that makes life a lot more awkward. It'll go on there, one way or another. Perfect. Well, so I managed to gash my hand up at the last place. Put my hand in a skip. I thought I saw some copper in there, and there was an old piece of zinc, and I kind of knocked it with my hand, and a bit of porcelain went straight in. It was like a razor. Never felt anything like it. I didn't even actually feel it going. I just looked, and like half my skin, like the porcelain was just sticking out of it. It was like, what the hell? And I pulled it out. It's like the perfect clean cut, but it's quite deep. So I'm hoping with a little bit of pressure, it might just, you know, start to seal itself up. That's the plan. Yeah. So anyway, let's carry on. Time for the first aid kit. Yeah, right there, look, I don't know if you can see that. It's annoying because it's right on the joint of the finger, so every time I bend my thumb it re-splits open, but it is a perfect cut, so it will heal as long as I can try and keep a bit of pressure on it. So I'm going to just try and chuck a plaster on it and then put my gloves on over the top to try and keep a bit of pressure. I thought I'd just clean it up because I put my gloves on. Obviously them gloves are all dust and stuff. Yeah, it's all gone like purple and everything. So strange. Literally just put my hand in, didn't even get nothing out of the skip. I thought I saw some copper piping and there was a bit of zinc in the way, so I just went to move it, and as I moved it, it sort of just embedded itself into my skin, which was pretty freaking awesome. Not. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna be a man now. I'll wear plaster. That's how real men do it. So yeah, all right, I'll get my big boy bandage on and get back to you. Let's do it. Pardon? Every couple of days. Yeah, if you just leave it outside your house, I'll spot it. Perfect, cheers. It's another washer. So yeah, I've got to cut these 2 cords. I'll stand you this way. Ready for taking that bad boy out. So, go from finding no washing machines to 2 in the same day. That's what we like. Yeah, I'm just going to ring the bloke up in a minute, or text him, find out when I can pick these dishwashers up, if there's any special time. If not, we'll shoot over that way in the next sort of half an hour or so, because he lives in a different area to where I usually scrap in, so I can go and pick them up, and then we can kind of scrap out the area that we're in. So I think that'll work out quite nicely. So yeah, we've got one more little bit to go and do, and then I'll drop him a message now and just ask him about time. He did say Thursday morning, so I'm hoping it's any time Thursday morning. Maybe his dishwasher was getting dropped off on Wednesday, yesterday maybe, and he said he didn't want me going up there and then having to come back. That's what he said when I was going to go pick him up on Tuesday or Monday. He said, I don't need to drive all the way up here and then have to come back to get the other one, so if you just hold off till Thursday, I'll have them both ready for you, and then do the driveway quote as well. So yeah, alright, I'll stop now quickly. I want to grab a quick drink anyway, and we will give him a little call and find out what's going on. So right, I'll get back to you. Right, so I just messaged the bloke about the dishwashers and they are ready to go, so I'm just going to make my way over there now. Should be about 20 minutes or so, but we are at the time when all the kids are going into school and sort of rush hour traffic starting to build up, so whether or not we'll get there in 20 minutes we'll soon find out. But yeah, making our way over there now, go and say hello, measure up this driveway for the driveway cleaning quote, and go from there. So I won't film up his place, but I will show you what we've got when we get out there, so let's get cracking. Right, so the weather's looking a bit crappy out and about, so I decided to come home and get some of this wire done. In this bag here is all twin earth. I did keep it all separated just in case it was worth taking the time stripping it. As I said, I do think you will make money if you do strip this wire. Just the amount of money that you make is quite a small margin, depending on what the thickness is. Obviously all different twin earth has got different thickness. If the wire was any fatter, then it may be worth taking it down, but as I say, when I worked it out, I was probably going to be making about an extra tenner per 7 kilo of wire, and it's going to take me a long time to do it. But if you've got a wire stripper or something, some spare time on your hands, definitely, you know, strip it to make a little bit of extra money. But for me, doing it by hand, just not really worth it. So I'm going to go through all this now. Some of it's still got plugs on, need to get it all done. Just going to chuck it into that bin over there. Down underneath there in this box, I've got some brassy bits, a few little bits I've got to sort out at the back there as well, some copper piping on the floor, get it all ready. And then also these boilers that I picked up today, nice pump on that one, try and get all this copper and brass cut off and ready to take down for tomorrow, because I want to get all this wire, all the brass and copper take down with a load of mixed iron, just to have a little top up in the old bank. So anyway, I'll get cracking with some of this. Right, so finished sorting out the wire now, had a good tidy up on the van, stripped these boilers down. Didn't take the boilers all the way to the very end. I've left a few bits on, especially the cast aluminium bits. Just couldn't really be bothered with it today. Rain started coming down, I was working outside. So got a nice sort of bucket of wire. Don't know how much is in there. I'd probably say about 30 or 40 kg. But, you know, I'm always wrong with my estimates, so we'll just see what it's like. I've got a little bit more wire lying around in the back garden. I'm just going to put it inside this bag here, take it in, get them both emptied out. But yeah, wires up to, I think it was £2.20 or something like that per kg. It's over £2. So hopefully, you know, the price hasn't changed at all. Got a nice bit of space on the van now as well. We can still get some more appliances on. Them sides are working a treat. I did have to do this one up, bolt it on a bit tighter because this thing came loose. So I put another few washers on the back of it to hold it on nice and secure. But yeah, we'll go out tomorrow morning obviously and try and whack a few more bits on. I've got quite a few motors building up, but I probably won't take them in tomorrow because a lot of them are around my mum's house still as well. I'll probably just save them up for another day. So yeah, coming into the garage, what I'm going to be working on this afternoon is big old bucket, various bits, copper, brass. So I've got more motors down there. A lot of them have still got brass bits attached to them, but I can't angle grind in here because of all this flammable material. So I've been leaving it. I want to get a little vise that I can attach to a piece of wood and take outside. But we have got a big bucket of brass. All this stuff is what came from the skip a little while ago. Finally got around to sorting it all out. We had our brass bits there and all of our little copper offcuts in there. Obviously another big old chunk of brass. I've got to cut that off a little bit later, but everything in there is pretty much copper and everything in there is brass. Now yeah, I've weighed this bucket here. Bear in mind the bucket's about 1 kilo, so there's about 16 kilo of brass in this bucket as it stands. Obviously we've got that bit to go in. Actually, yeah, see, bits like that will probably go in, because what you'll do is if you take this in, I think I'll put that in to cut the copper off, but the actual size of that, if you try putting in as brazery, they would reject that because it's mainly, most of the weight of that is coming from the brass, not the copper. It needs to be the other way around. You need to have more copper than brass, so they would only class that as brass. So just chuck that in. Don't know how that slipped in. See, I've got to go through a few little bits of these. I think when I was rushing the other day, a few little bits might have slipped in, so I'll just run through it one more time, a little bit like that, just cutting the plastic off. But yeah, the majority of that is copper. As I say, I don't know how all this little bits and pieces of slipping in, but yeah, that bit needs cutting up, so I'll put that with my to-do pile. So yeah, it's going to be a fairly decent-ish payday. I don't think it's going to be like any record-breaking amount. See, this bit here, for example, you would get away with brazery. All I'll do is I'll cut the end off, copper, brass. I won't take any brazery in tomorrow. But yeah, sometimes just be careful. A little bit like this, you know, I've just chucked that in. I don't, you know, probably chuck that in to cut the copper off. But you might as well, you know, for the sake of cutting that little bit off in the brass section. You're not going to lose out too much money. Once again, another little bit. It's mainly brass. Chuck it in. That bit probably, you know, you could cut it off, and I think I probably will that bit, you know, so I'll chuck that over there, take this bit out, another little bit there, that'll get cut up. So yeah, just having a good old sort through, making sure everything's ready and the bill is taken in tomorrow. So yeah, I think that I've worked that one out to be, I've probably added another ½ kilo to it actually. But yeah, worked out that one to roughly be around about £52 just for that bucket alone. Plus we'll be adding to it, so I reckon we'll probably get this one up to about 65, 70 quid by the time we take it in. Maybe another 50 quid if we're lucky on the copper that we've got lying around. Might be a bit less, might be a bit more, but I don't think it'd be more than 50 quid. But yeah, if we could try and get them two built up, plus the mixed iron, plus the copper cable we've got as well, I don't think that's going to be a bad sort of day. I reckon we might be fair in the 200 quid mark, 250 mark. So yeah, not going to complain. Bit more cable there. So anyway, I'm going to stop yapping around, get cracking with a little bit more. I'll probably check back with you one more time once I've finished everything and the van's loaded up ready for the morning, so I'll get cracking. Right, so I've finally finished sorting out all this non-ferrous stuff ready for tomorrow. Let's take a look at it. So bucket of brass now is all finished. I weighed it. Bear in mind obviously the bucket's about 1 kilo, looking at about 26 kilos of brass inside there at 325. I think I worked out to be about 84 quid. In here is 10 kilos, but then once again minus a kilo for the bucket, probably about 9 kilos of copper, around about 45 quid I would estimate. Obviously I'm going from prices last time. We've got in here the wire. I might see, you know, I don't think it's worth just saying to them do the singles, because there's a bit of normal household wire at the bottom, so it's a bit pointless saying, you know, take this out and do it for singles, because it's not really gonna add up to any extra money. So I might just do all that in as normal household. Obviously the stuff that's on the garage as well. Still got the motors down here, little bag of circuit boards. Still trying to figure out what to do with these. Got motherboards in there. I've got a couple of hard drives and stuff, but I just don't pick up enough circuit boards to warrant running them down to the place I was going to take them to, which is over sort of Dartford way, Essex. If you had lots and lots of this, if you had computers coming in on a regular basis, then yeah, you'd get quite a lot of money. I think it's like, I don't know, I think it's saying like £5 a kilo for motherboards, but with, you know, the little weight you've got, not all them are motherboards. Some are like mid-grade and low-grade. I don't understand it. So anyway, motors down here. Some bits need all the brass taken off, but I can't get this off. I've been trying put WD-40 on there, get the pipe wrench on it, put it in a vise, and it's just not moving. So what I'm going to do is cut it with the angle grinder. And then obviously what they want as well is you actually take this part off, because this is actually, I believe, if I get my magnet, yeah, so that bit there is actually magnetic. That's the actual motor side of it, so they actually want you to take that part off. I've took a few of these down in the past and left these bottom bits on, and they said nah, it's only this top section, so you have to take these 4 screws out, or 2 screws on that one, I think. Yeah, 2 screws on that one, but usually there's 4 screws holding these together. Just down in there, 1, 2, 3, 4. Take that off, this top bit, and then they'll take that as electric motor. But yeah, got a fair few building up. These ones I was going to strip down for the copper out of them, but just whether I get round to doing it, it's not really my thing. I don't really like taking the scrap too far. I'd rather just take what I can off. You know, obviously copper and brass, you know, they're quite high value material, so you're always going to want to take off your copper and brass. But you know, sometimes if I've got little bits of it, you know, and there's not much on there, sometimes I do leave it. I am going to admit, it's just the way I'll scrap. You know, everyone scraps differently. I've always said that before. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up. I just want to say, if you did like the video, smash the like button. Please subscribe to the channel if not already subscribed. And I'll see you all tomorrow when we get weighed and paid. Sorry, Vandal. And take this load down. So I'll see you tomorrow.